Oh, you are so weird. I have never seen anyone think like you. Has anyone ever told you that? Well, I'm here to explain why this can be proof that you are unique and you should be proud of it. Hey there, fellow rule breakers and game changers. It's Ivan from Frequencyclick. The idea that breaking the rules can be the key to unlocking innovation, creativity, and world-changing impact. So buckle up and get ready to challenge the status quo with us. In a world that often rewards conformity and adherence to the status quo, the counter-conventional mindset flips the script. It's about daring to question norms, challenge assumptions, and defy expectations in pursuit of bold ideas and transformative change. Instead of playing it safe, counter-conventional thinkers embrace risk, uncertainty, and ambiguity as fuel for innovation and growth.
Now, you might say, John, what do you mean by mindset? A mindset, of course, is up here, right? It's those things, attitudes, habits, thoughts, mental inclination, which, when something comes our way, predetermines the response we make to that something that comes our way. And those somethings, as we entrepreneurs call them, are opportunities.
At its core, the counter-conventional mindset is about rejecting the notion that there's only one right way to do things. It's about recognizing that the most groundbreaking ideas often emerge from the fringe, where unconventional thinkers dare to dream big and defy convention.
Why counter-conventional? Well, first, these mindsets run counter to the best practices, as we call them, that are done in big companies today. They fly in the face of much of what we teach at London Business School and other business schools about strategy, about marketing, about risk, and about much more.
Throughout history, some of the most revolutionary breakthroughs and paradigm shifts have come from individuals and organizations willing to break the rules and challenge the status quo. From the Wright brothers' first light to the invention of the internet, these game-changing innovations were born out of a refusal to accept the limitations of conventional thinking. Moreover, breaking the rules isn't just about being rebellious for the sake of it. It's about pushing boundaries, expanding possibilities, and creating new pathways for progress. It's about recognizing that true innovation rarely comes from playing it safe or following the crowd, but rather from daring to explore the unknown and embrace uncertainty.
In 1995, a graphic design teacher named Linda Weinman, and also an aspiring entrepreneur, decided to get the website lynda.com. She did so because she needed a sandbox to play in with the new graphic design tools, the digital tools that were being developed at that time, Photoshop, Illustrator, and many more. And she needed a place to put her students' work so all could see it. Well, she put that website together, and the business began to grow. And in 2002, she discovered it could be much, much more. So she moved all of her teaching online. Later, the business was sold to LinkedIn, who renamed it LinkedIn Learning, sold for $1.5 billion US. Linda is the poster child for what I call the counter-conventional mindsets of entrepreneurs.
By embracing a counter-conventional mindset, individuals and organizations can unlock a myriad of benefits. They can uncover hidden opportunities, identify untapped markets, and differentiate themselves from the competition. Moreover, they can foster a culture of creativity, curiosity, and continuous improvement, where failure is seen not as a setback, but as a valuable learning experience. Counter-conventional thinkers are also more resilient in the face of adversity, as they are not bound by the constraints of conventional wisdom. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure or rejection, they embrace experimentation, iteration, and adaptation as essential components of the innovation process. Let's take a look at some real-world examples of individuals and organizations that embody the counter-conventional mindset. Take Tesla, for instance, which which disrupted the automotive industry by challenging the dominance of traditional gasoline-powered vehicles and betting big on electrical cars. Despite facing skepticism and resistance, Tesla's founder Elon Musk forged ahead with his vision, ultimately revolutionizing the way we think about transportation.
I think a lot of people just think that someone else started it, you joined later, and whatever. But obviously, that's not true. So
that is not true. The reason people think that is because Everhard has engaged in a nonstop campaign to try to effectively gain sole credit for Tesla for himself, and he's the worst person I have ever worked with, and that is saying something. Okay, I've worked with some real assholes. Okay, so for somebody to be the worst person I have ever worked with, by far,
yeah,
that's not easy. Is what I'm saying. The actual origin of Tesla goes to 2003 when I had lunch with JV in El Segundo, and we got to talking about electric cars. And JV said, "Hey, have you tried the AC propulsion T0?" I said no, but we talked about battery technology and how the lithium ion would finally enable a long range car. I never heard of Everhard at this point. Never heard of him. I kept hounding AC Propulsion to commercialize the T0. And then weirdly, they wanted to not do the T0, but do an electric Toyota Scion. So then I sent I think it's Tom Gage, an email saying like, listen, if you guys are sure that you don't want to commercialize the T0, how about if you let me do that? So I was like, I'm going to start a company to commercialize the T0. So then Dan said, well, if you're interested in commercializing T0, he knows two other groups that are also interested in doing it, and would I like to meet them? I never met the second group, but the first group I met was Everhard, Tarpening, and Wright. Now, Everhard keeps trying to erase Ian Wright from history as well because they hate each other. Okay. But all they had was just basically the plan was commercialized. There were no employees, there were no offices, there was no IP, there was no nothing, literally nothing. Yep. There was nothing you would call a company. He said, like, where is the company? I don't know. Where is it? There was an empty shell corporation that had zero value, and no employees, no offices, no designs, no intellectual property, no nothing. Except the general idea, basically, of commercializing the T0, which I had before meeting them. Like, if I had not met them, I would have just moved forward, created a company with JB, commercialized the T0, and gone on our way. And that's actually what happened at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
Except with a lot of grief along the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, like the key, I think the key point here is when somebody says like you're invested in a company, it's the money that I provided was the least important thing that I provided to the company. There was no company. Mm-hmm. And if I had not met them, I would have just moved forward and created Tesla, and I think it would be indistinguishable from what it is today. You would not be able to tell the difference.
Similarly, Airbnb disrupted the hospitality industry by challenging the conventional wisdom that hotels were the only option for travelers. By leveraging technology and the sharing economy, Airbnb created a platform that empowered individuals to rent out their square rooms and properties to travelers around the world, fundamentally changing the way people travel and experience new places. So, how can you embrace the counter-conventional mindset in your own life and work? Start by questioning assumptions, challenging norms, and reframing problems from new perspectives. Don't be afraid to experiment, take risk, and embrace failure as a natural part of the learning process. Surround yourself with fellow contrarians and disruptors who share your passion for challenging the status quo and pushing boundaries. The counter-conventional mindset is a powerful force for change and innovation in an increasingly complex and uncertain world. So dare to dream big, think differently, and challenge the rules that hold you back. Together, we can change the world by breaking the rules and forging new paths to progress. Now, watch this video where I compare real estate and affiliate marketing. Many people will probably tell you to choose real estate, but here you will unveil the pros and cons of each model to choose the best fit for you to start. See you in the next one.